We're in the Rayburn House office building right now. And when Sam Rayburn was the Speaker of the House, and when the legislative titans strode the earth in the middle of the 20th century here in Washington, D.C., a lot of them were veterans, right? A lot of those people had served in the Second World War, a lot of them, including several presidents in a row. How does service shape the way that people are able to do this work?
Well, the closer you are to a previous conflict, the less entitled you probably are going to feel. That there was recent example of sacrifice that was on behalf of a country that we all love. But the further you get away from it, the more I think people do feel entitled. What Jason said was absolutely right. We're going to have these rigorous debates. It was designed to be messy. But when it's all done, we're going to dinner.
Yeah.
And that's the problem today. We're not having dinner.
Yeah.
And I would like to see the country come back to the era, if it's even possible, of the Rayburn era, where it was possible to have those intense debates about very important subjects, agree, disagree, get something done that benefits the country, and then go have dinner.
What do we do to teach people about what Congress is for? You guys are addressing this question within Congress to try to encourage more veterans to serve and so that the folks who are here to do a better job. We got a problem. Americans don't know what their government's for. We have weak civics and history education. We have a big gap out there about people who understand what your job really is and what it really isn't. What do we do about that? Yeah,
well, I think education, but I want to pick up on something that Steve just said. He couldn't be more right? This idea that we are each other's enemy. Listen, that's not who we are as a country. We have far more in common than our differences sometimes suggest, and that's what we're trying to show. That's the example we're trying to set. That there is some strength in actually having some differences. We don't want to be the same and think the same and act the same. We have a very diverse country, right? And having healthy debate makes us stronger, I think, if it's healthy and if it's respectful. So we're trying to set that tone. But I also think one of the other takeaways from our military service is that talk is cheap.
Yeah. In
the military, you can talk a game all you want, but guess what? If you're not competent, if you don't deliver, if you don't get the mission done, that's unacceptable, right? And there are catastrophic consequences of that. And in Congress, there are workhorses and there are show horses. And we're trying to say that we are workhorses, and that's the lesson that we learned from our service.
But give me something on civics education. Just say something good. Do we need more of that? Can we get that in schools? Is there so that's my passion here, which is we need people to understand the stakes of what we're playing. Are you guys there for it?
Look, I think we need better civics education.
Yeah.
I often say when I'm having town hall meetings or when I'm having conversations with people at home, you can tell the people who have either forgotten or didn't do well in civics because they don't have just that basic knowledge of how this place works. But I want to pick up also on something Jason said, and that is, it is often said that Congress is a reflection of the people. What bothers me today is I'm afraid the people are becoming more of a reflection of what happens in Congress, and we've got that reversed. We got to right size the role of we the people and make the Congress more responsive to the people that we represent. And I think part of that is we have to work together. And if I'm not working with Jason, or if I'm not working with the other side of the aisle, then I think we're headed in the wrong direction.
Fellas, I appreciate you being willing to serve then. I appreciate what you're doing to serve now. They're both service, and that's a cool thing. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.